What internet marketing expert should you spend your valuable time listening to? Listen to someone who has over 20 years of web marketing experience and hundreds of website marketing success stories. That man is Aaron Sparks from Site Strategics. And this is Edge of the Web Radio.
Some information here that people have dialed in to listen to. Hey, from Search Engine Land by Greg Gifford, he actually put together a pretty good article regarding some of the top factors you really should be paying attention to when it comes down to local SEO. I mean, you're already, if you're familiar with the show, we've talked about an update here recently from Google that was nicknamed Pigeon. They nicknamed their, I know, I love it. They nicknamed their updates, different name, weird animal names. But the point is, this update had a large effect on the local search results, and it's painfully obvious right now that the rankings are fluctuating all over the place, and there's different things that are being removed from the search engine result. So you really can't capture where your rank is at any given place. On top of that, the rankings change based on who's searching from where.
Yeah.
So you could be searching from Indianapolis, and guess what? Your rankings are going to change if you're searching from
Greenwood,
Yeah.
or Dayton, Ohio, or wherever. Things are changing.
And they're testing all different layouts on the search engine result page, too, which puts you all over the place.
It really does. So if you're trying to rely on rankings to be able to show what kind of success that you're having,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you're not going to have any kind of consistency.
Right.
You know, many search engine optimization companies have been calling for an end to the monthly ranking reports. Because what does that really show us, Doug? I mean, it shows you one word that may be a trophy word
Right.
that's working for a particular page, right?
Right.
Unfortunately, clients still see ranking reports as the best indicator of SEO success. Well, we've got a few indicators that you should be paying attention to that didn't make it to the usually clients don't see. So for our clients, if they're listening to our show, we're going to be providing this information to you. We already are on a regular basis, but you should be paying attention to this because that's really some key factors. They got 5 local SEO metrics that should be focused on instead of rankings, all right? Your monthly reports don't have to be complicated, and they shouldn't be. If you're getting a report that's a tome of data from your marketing company, I'd question that because really they're kind of putting you on the spot to interpret what they're reporting.
Right.
They should be boiling it down. We actually have a great reporting tool in our organization that actually boils down all the search engine optimization that is bringing traffic to you, the social media that's bringing traffic to you, the search engine marketing that's bringing traffic to you, and guess what? It all boils down to an average cost per acquisition. That's what you as a company should be interested in.
Huge.
You know,
That's the holy grail.
that absolutely is. It tells you how much each lead is worth, right? Mm-hmm. That's what you need to know in your business. So if you're paying out a particular budget and you know that you can successfully see that on average, it costs you $30 per lead, then that's fantastic. That puts you into how you can price your services and accommodate for that particular price point. I mean, you have to have that level of monetization on these different leads. Anyway, I got off track there. The 5 metrics that you really should be paying attention to. One, right out of the gate, is organic traffic. You'd be amazed how many SEO reports are out there that don't show organic traffic. What's organic traffic, guys?
It's anything coming from Google or Bing or whatever that's not an ad.
Right. And exactly, it's search engine traffic.
Natural.
They typed in something to find you. It could be your brand name, because a lot of people will type in a company name into the Google search, right?
Yep.
But it's coming from search engines. So there's a couple ways to look at this data, but I mean, the organic traffic is what? I mean, if you have higher rankings collectively, your organic traffic's going to go up, right? So if you're trying to pinpoint what ranks are, why not just look at the movement of organic traffic and see if there's any dips or valleys? Then you should be paying attention to what has changed on the website, and on top of that, what's changed in the algorithms that you need to be paying attention to. Mm-hmm. A couple quick ways to actually find that. If you're familiar with analytics, you can go to the acquisition section of analytics and go into the channels and then look for organic search. That's the easiest method. And then you also, if you're doing paid search, you'll see the paid area there as well. What I'd recommend highly is comparing it, not just week to week. That's way too volatile, and you're going to see different changes all over the place. But if you look month to month, you're going to get a little bit better understanding of the path and the pursuit of higher organic value. If you look at your organic value year to year, and that's assuming that you've been tracking your organic traffic on analytics for that long, which is natural. If you just plug in organic into analytics, it's going to start tracking all that. You should be able to see these changes, and Google doesn't give you the keywords anyway that are actually ranking organically. They've hidden that, so you need to see the amount of traffic as well as how often they're spending on your pages. But you need to see at least that. Another one is organic landing pages. You should be knowing what pages are actually optimized for what keywords. Instead of providing a report that actually shows you where the pages are ranking, you should probably see what pages are actually receiving organic traffic, because it's not just your homepage.
No.
It's all of the different pages of your website, and there's going to be consumers that are finding unique portions of your website, right? You can actually find that in the acquisition tab, all traffic, and then select Google/organic to isolate those visitors. But you can see all that. You can actually drop down to the different landing pages and see that. You can generate a report right from that particular tab there. Organic conversion sources as well. And here's another one you think would be in every SEO report, but it's missing. Whenever your client wants to know, or you as a marketer wants to know, the ROI of search engine optimization, they're asking you to show, the money that they've been spending is making a difference on their bottom line. Nothing speaks more to the bottom line than hard numbers, right? Just like we talked about. So if you have goals set up on your website or on analytics, and goals are a very important feature of analytics. That means the path in which somebody takes to do a transaction, to sign up a lead on a lead form or a newsletter form. You should itemize all of those out, and you should be able to have an understanding of the source of those conversions. So you can actually select inside of analytics, as you're looking at that goal, you can isolate which type of source is bringing you what. So you can see how many direct traffic points are actually generating goals and leads. You can also look at all the organic traffic as well. You can create custom reports in that space as well. Any other thoughts that you'd like to talk about real quick before we jump into our next segment, guys, regarding these top points?
Well, I think you're absolutely dead on from a ranking report standpoint. That I think part of the problem is that we finally have leadership understanding what SEO is.
Yes.
And
my
so
gosh, yes.
and so they just say, how are we ranking? How are we ranking? Why did the ranking go down? Why did it go up? And those are the answers that we answer every week.
Right.
We've always kind of focused on trends just because of when you think about all those moving pieces, right? So your competition is moving; they're doing SEO. The rankings are moving because the algorithms are changing.
Yep.
Your popularity is changing. Seasonality is changing on the number of queries taken. Locality is changing based on where people are searching from. It's important to focus on that whole trend. Anyways, we still like it. It's still a primary indicator. We use it for content discovery and everything else. But it's more a direction, if you will, not a finite measurement.
Yeah, there's so many different factors. If you don't pay attention to these other things that are happening,
right,
you're really missing the boat. And on top of that, you don't have to have high traffic to have high conversions.
Oh, in fact, the opposite sometimes.
Absolutely.
If you have a really great long tail combination keyword, how do I hire an SEO? Who's the best SEO company in Indianapolis?
Yep.
Baba.
There you go.
So.
A couple quick ones, and then we'll get out of here. A couple two points here. Google My Business Impressions. If you're not paying attention to the My Impressions of your business inside of Webmasters Tools, you can actually get a lot of data about how people are finding you. And lastly, you can actually see how many clicks for driving directions. That's a real world measurement of somebody wanting to find you and do business with you. If that's not on the report, and if you're doing local SEO, you best contact your company and make sure that you're getting that data. All right. Hey.